Hello everyone, my name is David. This is a question and answer video. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, please go watch it. What I'm doing is I'm answering people's questions from last Monday, from the last question and answer video. Any questions you have, go down in the comment section. Please ask me anything you want. I'll answer them in the next question and answer video next Monday. Something I was missing. Now I forgot. Well, anyways, I do want to say that there's a lot of questions this week, which is fantastic. I may not be able to make them even in 2 videos, so I'm sorry if I don't. I'm kind of timed on how long they can be with my equipment, so I apologize if I can't finish them all in this video. There might even be a part 3. We'll see what we can do here. Next question is from, and I am so sorry, I know I'm not saying this right, Joachim from Belgium. I'm sorry that I got it wrong. Do you think a narcissistic component... Well, that's what you say. And I'm sorry, I don't really understand your question, but I'm going to try. Do you think a narcissistic comportment can cause a borderline trouble? And the opposite too. Because borderline fear abandonment, and narcissist is playing with that. And narcissists fear intimacy, and borderline go there quickly. Can we cure those troubles by giving what they need? So I think you're asking, can we give disordered people what they need, and that's just their cure? Just give them what they need. And I would say that there are 1,000 people here watching right now that could say, we did. We tried to give them everything, and everything we had. It's way too much, way too much. So just you having that mind frame, that mindset, I would work on that. Try to give some attention to that, because it's not our responsibility, it's theirs. They're not handicapped. They're not insane. If they want help, and regardless of what people's opinions are, is if there's cure to these things, doesn't matter. Everyone can better themselves. Everyone. Somehow, some way. We should at least be trying. Everyone should be trying. They don't want to, that's their choice. Sure, but that doesn't give the responsibility or move the responsibility onto somebody else. I hope that makes sense. You are responsible for you and not other people. And that means not doing these things for other people, but actually doing these things for yourself. Okay? I hope that you are doing that. But the giving them what they need is too late. That they're disordered. They need to learn how to do that themselves. Okay? I hope you can understand. If I got your question wrong, please ask me again, okay? I may have totally misunderstood it. I apologize if I did. Just ask me again, please. Mandy, not sure where you're from, and that reminds me, please give us locations if you ask questions. Thanks, guys. So Mandy asks, logically, I know the narc ex was bad for me, but I still tend to focus on the good times and miss him constantly. I know he was a victim in his youth and experienced his own trauma, so this made me want to be here for him and be his rock and turn a blind eye to his poor behavior toward me. As I need to heal now that he discarded me, how can I stop thinking about his injured inner child so that I can forget him and focus on my own healing? I don't feel like I'm ever going to stop loving him, and I feel stuck and trapped in the past. I wrote down here, and I'm sorry you feel that way, Mandy. I'm sorry. I would ask you what you are doing now to focus on your healing. You said, how can I stop focusing on him so you can start focusing on your own healing? Well, start doing things for your healing. If you know logically you don't want him, but you emotionally or something feel like you want him, that sounds like addiction. And it's not even him, it's that rise and fall, that drama in your relationship. So start learning what that is, why you feel that way, and start focusing on healing from that. Healing is understanding. Know why he did the things he did that hurt you, and know why you feel the way you do. Learn how to make yourself feel better, okay, about these things. Start learning what went wrong and why. So you can start, and that's healing your inner child. Okay? So I don't know, you said how to help you focus more on you and not him? Well, if this is a void in your life, gone, missing, what are you doing to fill that void? We've got to start doing things. We can't just sit at home by ourselves. So think about the times you're really thinking about him the most. Think about the times where you're thinking about him the least. Do those things more. I mean, you know, addiction's bad, guys. It can be very, very difficult to break, especially if we don't even understand we're addicted. If we're not doing the things that we should be doing. So at the very least, replace this addiction with something else. Something. Start at least taking up your time where the things that you're doing are for yourself. Okay? Get a busier schedule, but a lot of this, so much is being around just people that care about us. Start, you know, strengthening the relationships we have. Try to form relationships with people. That's getting out there, doing things, socializing. You can't do that at home. You can't do that at home. Okay? Thanks, Mandy. David from Eastern Canada. Hello, David. The idea of evil, sick, and hurtful to all is going to stick. But I did question what her actions did was planned or even understood. But she was good at it. So the idea of labels did not stick with me, but now still working and learning to get my mind, heart, and spirit back. I sure am getting those traits down, Pat. Thankful for those professionals who took the hard case on and cracked me open. So, is it possible for a person who may not have had the love and attention a child deserved actually snap 25 years after saying, I do? And I'm not really sure. I thought I was, and I'm reading again, and I'm not really sure what that last part means. What do you mean by that? Please ask me again, David. See if I can take a shot at it anyways. Is it possible for a person who may not have had the love and attention a child deserved actually snap 25 years after saying, I do? So, 25 years after marriage, is it possible for someone to snap who didn't get the love and attention they deserved? Sure they could snap after not getting the love and attention they deserve. I mean, these are emotional needs, not wants. Needs, we need them. That means we don't have needs, then we're sick, right? Think about physical needs, guys, right? How long can you go without sleep, food, water, oxygen? How long? You know, they're needs. Needs means we need them. We don't get what we need, we're sick. We're sick. And anybody's is capable of doing anything, especially people that are sick, right? I hope I understand your question. If I don't, just ask me more, David. Thank you. Where are we here? Sarah from Virginia. Hello, Sarah. I really look forward to your videos and I've learned so much. Thank you. Good. Just recently, I have finally placed boundaries on 2 people. One with untreated BPD. I should have done this a long time ago. My boundaries consist of a very nicely but firmly saying no, not giving as much attention, and not playing into the manipulation and victim card that they both play. But again, I am very nice about it. Both are constantly asking me if I am okay, what has happened to me, and is there something wrong, and am I ill, etc. I should have expected this because you teach people how to treat you, and my boundaries are long past due. My question is, I was wondering, is this common, and have you heard of this, and what is the best way to handle these questions, since they are not used to having boundaries placed on them, and think there is now something wrong with me. LOL. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah. And good question. Very good. Boundaries are communication. And it's not just no, by the way. It's not just no. It's where am I comfortable? Right here. It's not just no, right? You're not just saying no and telling people to stay back or where. You're telling them where to stand. How close? You can stand closer. Come here. My boundaries are here. You're back here too far. Come up forward more. up front. Asking. So this is extremely common. I compare this to drug addicts in their little drug circle. And one person stops doing drugs. And now they're going to get healthier and work on themselves. And everyone in the group's like, what's wrong with you? You changed. You're weird. You know, real common one is, what do you think, you're better than us? Why are you looking down on us? Why are you judging me all the time? Oh, so-and-so thinks they're so much better than us now. Real common. My clients get that a lot. Like my clients usually get healthier. And then they realize how toxic their family and friends are around them. Not all of them, just the ones that are. And by them, they are changing. My clients are hopefully changing. And what they're changing is how they're interacting with people. And typically, the victim of narcissists, people please. Different things they do. One is people please, tends to. And when you stop trying to please people, they're like, well, why? Why you stop doing that? And it might take the victim yourself a while to realize this. You're not giving them what they want, what you've been giving them. And that's letting them walk all over your boundaries, right? And get attention or get whatever they want from you, misuse you, abuse you. So Sarah, let me try and simplify this stuff for you. You're trying to communicate with them, your boundaries, right? If it's not working, stop trying, okay? If you have people with undiagnosed and untreated personality disorders, good luck having relationships with them. Really. You can't. Not productive, healthy, reciprocating, happy relationships. That's why doctors came up with terms like personality disorders, for that very reason. Their difficulties having relationships with people. They're exploiting people. Borderlines too. Borderlines will exploit people. Okay? That's where you start crossing the line into personality disorders, where you start exploiting people for things you want and need. If they're not respecting your boundaries, we don't need to keep explaining. So how do you handle these questions? Okay? Always the best is honesty. If you want to be friends with them, then we should be totally open and honest, right? If you can't be, then what kind of relationship do you have with these people who are abusing you and you're telling them to stop and they're saying, you know, why? What, are you sick? What's wrong with you? And you can't tell them the truth? Tell them. Unless you don't want relationships with them anymore, then you don't need to tell them. That'll just hurt them. But as a friend, you're concerned. For one, stop treating me this way. Two, I think your problem might be you have a personality disorder. I've told people I care about that in a nice way. I wasn't trying to hurt them. You know? I said, maybe. Check it out. Seems like a lot of the problems you have is because you might have a personality disorder. Seems like you don't respect my boundaries and understand because you might have a personality disorder. Be honest, open. Friends, right? They're your friends. Be honest and open with them. If you can't be, there's a problem. Big problem. And if they have untreated, undiagnosed personality disorders, then you probably shouldn't have relationships with them. It's extremely difficult and not very rewarding. I would wait and at least till they go get help. And I mean, get help and then are helped. Not just, oh, I start treatment next week. We still on for tomorrow? No. I want to see that things have changed. Hope that makes sense, Sarah. Thanks. And, no, we were so good. Harsha, and I don't know where you're from. Hello, as I would like to share something with you. My narcissist boyfriend had discarded me for many times. Now, 3 months ago, he had discarded me, and after that, for 2 months, we both had seen each other, But before 1 month, he came back and hoovered me because it was my birthday and made it really special for me. But now a month had gone, too many months. He discarded me for playing a video game and haven't seen me after that. It's almost been 15 days now. So do you really think that is the final discard from his side? Is it normal? I mean, is he still going to hoover me back? You're asking me if he's going to hoover you back? I would, well, if you ask me, is he going to try? I wouldn't know that in the first place. If you're asking me if you're going to go back with him, it seems like it. It sounds like it. I hope not. You just said, is he still going to hoover me back? Well, that's up to you. That's your choice if you go back to him. He can try all he wants. It's your choice if you do. Is this the final discard? It can be if you don't go back to him. If you go back to him, then I guess it won't be. He'll just do it again. That will be the final discard unless you go back to him again. And then this is all your choice. What do you want? Figure out what you want and go for it. If you're not clear on what you want, and what it looks like is you're not very clear on things right now, if you've been abused and you might go back to this abuser consciously or willingly, not consciously, but willingly, ask for help from somebody. Get some help, okay? This is so sad to see. If this is you get to decide if he's done discarding you. That's up to you. If you go back, you get to decide if he hoovers you back. He might try, but you don't have to. Okay? I would get help with this. There's people that can help you with this a lot. Okay? Really sad. I don't know how else to answer this. I'll never know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know him. It wouldn't even matter if I did know him. I'd just be guessing. I can try to guess, but even with that, I don't know. I think the point is stronger to be made, needs to be made, is that this is your choice and you're in control of this. You have the power, okay? Let that be the final discard. Don't let him hoover you back. If the pattern is he throws you away and comes back, then he'll probably come back again. Be prepared, okay? Thank you. Good luck. Omar from Atlanta, Georgia. Hello. Basically what I mean is, can a person be an empath with strong narcissistic traits and feelings? I found myself acting like a narcissistic man once, pushed over the edge because of the constant devaluing from my ex. I felt really bad after I devalued and manipulated my ex. I didn't plan to act that way. It just happened. Yeah, I mean, the answer is sure. We don't have to call everything narcissistic traits or narcissistic behavior or narcissistic abuse or narcissistic. It's unhealthy. It's sick. It's toxic. Call it that. Any of that, right? And anybody is capable, right? If you're going to be in this environment, you're more likely to behave this way. You're a human being. It's really hard to stick to your principles while you're being abused. Impossible if you have principles. Yes, of course. If you're sharing your brain with a disordered, toxic person, you can begin to also behave unhealthy. You know, there's reactionary abuse. Someone abuses you enough, you abuse back. Eventually, some people do, instead of leaving or whatever, instead of taking it. You push people, anybody, hard enough, they push back, usually. Most. It's hard to hold someone accountable that's being victimized. You know, it's hard to say this is how you should react to abuse. Okay? And I think that's where the real empathy is lost. And empathy and compassion is lost for victims. Is we hold too much responsibility and accountability on the victim, you know, because of their reaction. Oh, you stayed. Oh, you hit back. Oh, you hurt yourself. Oh, you know. Abuse is abuse. It's terrible. It's wrong. It can be traumatizing. A lot of people don't know what to do. But we don't need to judge, you know. Anyways, start going on a tangent. But yes, Omar, we're around narcissists. We can start behaving like narcissists. Look up things like the second psychopath, the gang member who's not a psychopath, right? But the gang is led by a psychopath. The members of the gang will behave like a psychopath. They will become kind of like a psychopath. Are they? Were they? No. But they gave up their conscience to the group. They don't have it. They hold the group accountable, not themselves anymore. They act like the group does as a whole. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah. It's just about healthy behavior. Healthy ways of meeting your needs. Tanisha from Tennessee. Hello, Tanisha. My narc has been calling my attorney's office trying to speed up our divorce. Is this to gain control? I'm sorry, Tanisha. I told you, sorry for the extra stress. That's awful. I hope your lawyer is handling this appropriately, and that has to feel comfortable with you. I hope that you feel comfortable with how he's handling this. If not, find another attorney. He should know how to handle this. He should stay professional. Okay? Is this to gain control? I'm not going to claim I know what he's doing and know how he feels and why he's doing this. But, yeah, it sounds like that, right? He feels out of control. He's probably used to controlling you. Now he can't control you, so they'll typically try to control the people around you. That's what a smear campaign is. That would make sense. He's trying to control you through your attorney, trying to take control of this divorce. He's probably highly impulsive. He wants the divorce as fast as he can now. Got to have it, got to do it. Wants a divorce now. You know, so immediate. I don't know. Just some options. But it does sound like that, yeah. Thank you. I can definitely do one more. David, were you... Oh, and this is from John from New Jersey. Hello, John. David, were you a life coach before your experience, your narcissistic experience? Or was it something you went into as a result? Once I really started to heal, still in the process, I had an overwhelming feeling of wanting to do something big or way out of the box of what my normal life was. Thanks for asking, John. Yeah, my experience led me into this. Totally. I wasn't doing this before. I got out of the experience, God, it's been 10 years ago. No, 8.5 years ago. Almost 9. And I started, helping people with this stuff first and then became a life coach. And I recommend that to you guys. Most of us have that feeling. We have this overwhelming feeling that we want to share. We want to share with other people what we've learned, what we've gone through. I just had a huge epiphany, light bulb moment that changed my life. Wow, if I could just share that with somebody else and change their lives, that would be amazing. A lot of us want to take the attention off ourselves or doing the things for ourselves. We want to do it for other people. That makes us feel like we're in control, stuff like this. So that's very, and it's very, I love that you want to do that. Just make sure, John, that before we start giving people advice, that we really have taken care of ourselves very well. I don't think this is ever done. I don't think that we're ever done doing this. I'm not done. I'm always learning. I don't know it all. I don't know anything, right? I know somewhere between nothing and something. So I hope that makes sense. What's really important is you. I couldn't do this work unless I was healthier, pretty healthy and taking care of my stuff and knew how to help people. Really, because, you have people's mental health in your hands. Be healthy. Yeah. Thanks. And that's commendable. I recommend, doing that stuff if that's something you want to do. But like I said, just help yourself first. Julia from India. Hello, Julia. I'm doing a little better every day with the videos I watch to know the truth and with my prayers. I do have something that I need to help me understand. Does the narc know what they are doing to their victims? I've always wondered why they don't treat why they don't treat everyone in the same way but are so sweet to others. That's your question. I'm going to leave it there. Well, no, you got more. Why do they treat some people better than others, right? Well, these are relationship problems. As relationships get more committed with more responsibility and there's all kinds of things going on, one aspect is that these people don't want to be vulnerable. They start having more fears and scared more. They put a value on people. When that value decreases so much, they don't have a need for you anymore in their lives. And they'll find value in somebody else. And so if you live like that everybody has value, you can see that the value will always change, right? Always be different amongst different people. They don't believe people are equal. They believe they're bottom of the barrel. I know they'll tell you they're up here. That's to cover up and overcompensate for feeling down here. So they believe they're worse than everybody, and they try to lie to themselves all day that they're better than everybody. It doesn't work. Other part of your question. The stories he told me about her, were they all false? Could he have made up everything, even the physical relationship that he had with her? Who's lying, David? And you went into this big thing. The thing is, Julia, and I'm sorry you're experiencing this, the best thing to do is to bounce these things off of someone completely outside of this, someone who may have experienced this, but someone very important who's very healthy, who knows how to help people with this. Okay? So, the biggest thing, Julia, is people lack awareness in their own lives. People with personality disorders lacks a ton of awareness. That's their biggest problem. If it wasn't for that, more could get help, would be doing things. So his version of anything, just like all of ours, right? Perception is skewed. I saw it this way, they saw it this way. Both are probably not accurate, 100%. People with personality disorders, they're way out there. They're looking at it from this far away. They're also manipulative, right? Is he a manipulative person? Then how could you believe anything? How could you? We aren't going to sift through a big pile of poop and figure out what part smells and keep the parts that don't smell very bad. Throw out the others. The boy who cried wolf did it too many times. And people said all together, we don't care anymore. Cry wolf as much as you want. I don't listen to people I catch lying. I don't listen to them. I don't give them a second chance, third chance, fourth chance to keep saying, man, is this true or not? It's not good for you, for this, to have people around you like that. Okay? So, listening to people's versions and stuff like this of what happened, just know that they're never that accurate. If this person is abusive, stay away from them. If they lie to you, don't believe anything they say. Is his version of what happened, could it be wrong? It is wrong. I guarantee you it's wrong. I guarantee you it's wrong. Period. So throw it all out, Julia. Work this stuff out with a professional, okay? Good luck. Thank you, Julia, very much. And that's it for part 2. I'm going to have to do a part 3. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in part 3. Bye. If you can, vote, up, down, comment. Thanks. Bye.